Hi my coquettes. Okay, today we are going to be making a crab and asparagus pasta dish. Looks very nice indeed. Okay, so what you're going to need is 125 grams of asparagus. Now I've sliced these in half so it gives you a little bit more in the pasta. Olive oil, rapeseed oil, whatever you want to use. We need some garlic puree, some tomato puree, your salt, your pepper. We need half a lemon juiced and half a lemon, well not half a lemon but whole lemon zested and really finely diced as well. Really finely diced, about 10 grams of fresh thyme, 30 grams of fresh parsley, quite diced finely I would say, and 1 shallot finely diced as well. Okay, so we've got a little bit of wine, a little bit of linguini. This is the fresh linguini, and it's 300 grams, this one, and that will give you that mix, and it's fresh, so it'd be nice as well. Okay, you've got 1 crab. This is cooked and dressed already. It makes it easier rather than having to cook a whole crab, trying to break it down. And then you've got your half fat creme fraiche. Okay, so that's everything you're going to need. So I'm going to put these in the fridge for the moment. I don't want to get ill. Okay, my water is on the boil and it's going completely crazy, so I'm going to take the lid off for the moment on that one. Okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need these over here. So we've got the shallots, the thyme and the lemon zest. I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm going to grab the puree as well. Now the puree, you're only going to need a little bit of squidge of the garlic one. The reason why is because it gets quite strong and you don't want it too much on there. But we're going to put in our asparagus because we're going to do them first, cook it off, pop them to one side so they're ready to go for inside our pasta dish. Okay, so I'm going to spray it. And I am going to season it with a little bit of lemon zest. Put all that flavour into it, and I'm going to put a little bit of thyme into it as well. Okay, a little bit of salt. It's very important to season your asparagus. Okay, and while I'm here as well, I'm going to put a bit of salt into the pasta thing. There we go, into the water. This gives it flavour. So I'm going to put a little bit of parsley as well. Get that flavour into it. Okay, I'll pop that in. Okay, so like I said, you only need about a squidge of it. So I would say about a teaspoon and a half of it. Not very much at all. We just want to give it flavour. We don't want to do the garlic. That's why I'm not using fresh garlic in this one today, because garlic can really overpower the crab. So we want it to be a bit more mellower today. Okay, so asparagus is all nice and done. I've part cooked it, so that when it goes into our pasta, it's going to have a little bit more of a crunch. I prefer mine to have a crunch, so right, I'm going to put our onions in now, because this is going to make the base for our sauce. So pop in your lemon zest and your thyme. Right, I know I said I'm going to spray it, but I'm going to pour a little bit more of the olive oil in, only because it's getting a little bit cool. And in a minute I'm going to put a bit of the wine in as well, and that will help it as well. But I'll put it on a lower heat just to help it a little bit, because it's getting a bit too much on there. Okay, so what we're going to do as well is we'll put the pasta in a second, and the pasta won't take very long. The pasta only takes about 3 minutes. So once this is all done, we'll be ready to go. And you can really smell the flavours coming in now. It just smells so nice. Okay, so don't forget to season, so put your pepper in. We've put a little bit of salt into the asparagus, so I wouldn't really put too much more in, because there's probably a little bit in this paste as well. So it's up to you. Keep tasting, but personally, that's what I like. Now all these bits that have crusted, take them off the bottom, because that's got lots of flavour in it, and that's going to help your sauce in a minute. So just do that. Okay, so I'm going to get my scissors. Scissors. I'm going to start putting our linguini in. Okay. Now I would probably say 1 per person, or if you want just that little bit more, I would say 2 per person, but I wouldn't go any more than that, because otherwise you're going to drown your nice sauce, because there isn't too much of a sauce in here. It's just more of going to be a base to cover it. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, that looks very nice indeed. Okay, so our pasta's on. It's very nice indeed. You can already see it's starting to break apart already, so we'll take this off. In fact, actually, we're going to add a bit of our wine. Now, once again, I'll go by glug of wine. There we go. My version of a glug of wine is a lot. Okay, so I'm going to put in our lemon juice as well, because that's all going to come together and start making our sauce. Go. Okay, so I'm just going to let that reduce down a bit. I'm going to cook our pasta, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, my coquettes, bye. Okay, so I've got my crab out. As you can see, our pasta's almost done now. So we're going to strain that in a minute. Right, I'm going to put my creme fraiche in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. There, like that. And I'm going to put our tablespoon of creme fraiche. Now you can put 1 to 2 tablespoons, it depends on what you want. I'm going to do 2. So 1, 2. And once again, I use low fat creme fraiche. If you want to use full fat, you're perfectly welcome to use full fat as well. It's just that I prefer that. Oh my god, look what a mess I've made of myself. Okay, so I'm going to put that in. Sure that all mixes in together. Getting a lovely smell of lemon now. You've got the wine. If you are allergic to wine, or you're not really a winey person, then just replace the wine with a non-alcoholic one, or not even a non-alcoholic. You can just do it without if you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of our tomato puree in here as well. So I'd say 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, because it's not going to be a white sauce, it's going to be more of a dark sauce. So pop that in. More of a tomatoey sauce it is. I mean, obviously it will mix a bit more once we put the pasta in and everything like that. Now this is when you want to start putting a bit of your crab in. Now I like the dark meat to go in first over the light meat, so I'm going to put that in first. So this gives you a lovely lovely thing to your sauce. Also, what you can do with it is you can use these dark meats as pate. You can use them as bases for your obviously sauces or stocks. If you're making like a bouillabaisse or some sort of seafood stew, it brings it out so lovely, and it gives it such a deep flavour. I mean, and colour. If you look at the colour it's going now, it's going a beautiful colour. So mix that in. Okay, and I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm just going to quickly take this off. and drain it. Right, like I've always said before, add pasta to sauce, never sauce to pasta. Okay, so pop it in. Okay, so I've got us over here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in our asparagus. So just nice in that sauce. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, but I'm going to put it down on a lower heat just so that we can get it. Now, I'm going to use my hands. If you don't want to use your hands, you don't have to, but I like to be able to make sure that I can mix it in a little bit, and you're going to get the brownness in it as well from the bottom. Okay. It does look a bit disgusting, I must admit, but it'll be okay, don't worry. You can always wash your hands like I'm doing now, and it makes it easier. Oops. Knocking everything over now. Okay, so I'm going to get the spoon so that I can get the last little bits out of the crevettes. Because you want to get as much as you can out of the crab. I mean, like I said, if you do this for us, for like a stew or anything like that, just make sure that obviously that you've got it all out. Or once you put it in the stock, just put the whole shell in and it will give it the flavour anyway. Okay, so that is really good. Okay, it's good crabbing. Now I bought my crab from a superstore on the fresh counter. Now everyone has things about fresh counters. Don't be afraid of the fresh counters of the fish. I find that the one beginning with M and the one beginning with T, the superstores, they have the best fish. And we were saying today actually when we went past, that it actually didn't stink of fish, which it shouldn't do. If it's a proper fish counter, it should smell of the sea, or it shouldn't really smell at all. It should smell quite nice, rather than that base hit of fish. I like fish, but not like that. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of this in, a bit of our parsley. That looks lovely. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to bring it to the boil. Now I'm using my fingers because I can feel when mine's cooked. But if you don't want to do that, then just make sure it's bubbling or it's doing something where it's cooked a little bit more in it. Okay, so I'll just let that boil for a little bit more and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, and we are done. Right, this is the last little bit of presentation that we're going to do. So a little bit more parsley. Just gives it that colour. The Italians love colour. Okay, and there you go. There's your asparagus and crab pasta dish. Okay, well thank you very much my croquettes. I really love you watching. Please press the like button and please share with your friends. Thank you very much and we'll see you next time. Bye my croquettes.